everybody, and welcome to the Simple Secrets from the Wedding Pros podcast. My name is Mitch. I'm the owner of Dayton Mobile DJ. I'm going to be your host, and I'm joined today with my friend Angela from Angela's Premier Event Designs. We're both based out of the Dayton, Ohio area. So if you guys are out of state or from somewhere else, hopefully this podcast will still appeal to you guys as well. So Angela, today we're going to talk about, is it really a photo booth if it doesn't have a curtain? That's not all we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about photo booths in general, but can you really call it a photo booth if it doesn't have a curtain?
To us, we usually call it something like a selfie station, a backdrop. I know, what do you call yours?
We call it a photo kiosk.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, because it's not a photo booth. It's not a booth. You can't climb inside and take some pictures.
Right.
So my idea was always, if it's a photo booth, it's like the one that's at the mall, so you can get in and take some pictures. If it's not, I had to come up with a different name. But I know a lot of people have a bunch of different photo booths. So do you think photo booths are a good thing at a wedding?
I think it depends on the venue. I like the kiosk that you have and that some other vendors have if you've got a really interesting location. Like if you're at the air museum or an aquarium or the zoo where you've got a really cool backdrop, I think the kiosk is the best way to go.
I agree.
And
I agree
because you get the cool sights.
My thing is always, let's say you were getting married to Thomas. So Thomas's uncles don't know your uncles, so they're going to be shy because they don't want to embarrass themselves. So the photo booth gives them the opportunity to close the curtain, and then they get to take some really good pictures. So your pictures end up better at the end of the event. That's always been my thing.
Very good point.
So what venues do you think that a booth would come in handy?
I think the smaller venues, the booth looks good, especially a venue where everybody's packed in. So
the booths with the ugly venues. The ugly venues are where you need to have a photo booth.
I didn't say ugly venues.
Yeah.
But I'm saying the ones that don't have, like the zoos and the aquariums and things like that. But I think that if it's just a standard room where there's nothing really interesting, there's no huge chandeliers or anything like that.
Or if you don't have somewhere to put it out of the way.
Exactly.
That's where you're going with the smaller.
Yes.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah, not ugly venues.
Do you think there is a wedding where it's not appropriate to have a photo booth? Do you think there's ever that?
I think that you have more fun with the photo booth, especially if the bar is open. I think you have a lot more fun with it.
My thought, whenever I'm meeting with my clients and I'm trying to sell them on a photo booth, my thought is always, if you're gonna have less than 100 people, you don't really need one. It's when you get to where you have a big party. If you want one, it's a totally different thing. That's I'm just talking about need. When you have more than 100 people, you're trying to find something for 100 people to do, and not everybody's gonna dance, not everybody's gonna hang out at the bar. So what are you doing to keep everybody at the party?
Oh, that's true.
And
we usually have lines at our photo booths.
Right.
So everybody's having a good time. And I noticed that what we have a lot of, especially when you have all the props and everything, is people take multiple pictures because, I want to be Thor this time. I want to be Captain America this time, and all of that. So you're definitely keeping them entertained.
Is there anything on the photo booths that you like? I know some of them do the green screen, some of them do the GIFs or the GIFs or whatever the heck they call them. And they text them and they email them and they send them to Facebook and they do all that. Mine don't do that. Mine just take pictures, print them out, and that's pretty much the gist of it. Is there anything extra that you've seen in other people's photo booths that you really like?
I really like when they do the scrapbook idea. I know it's something that you do.
We do offer the scrapbook.
And I like that because it allows our brides to be able to say, it's our guest book, so they can pull that money out of the...
Some of the companies actually do custom scrapbooks, and those are really cool because they come with your names on them and the pages are actually set up for photo booth strips. Again, I don't do that. Mine are simple, stupid. That's kind of the way we treat our photo booths. We want them to be really, really simple and easy to use. So in comparison to some of the others where they have all these extra amenities that is really cool, but not necessary in my opinion.
Right, and you're always watching the budgets. You want to make sure that the brides can afford it. Right,
and we want the brides to get the most money out of it possible. So the cheaper we can keep the price, the more product they can give out, the better they feel like their money was spent.
Right. I love the fact that at the end of the night, you hand every single picture over, good, bad, or otherwise, to the brides.
Yep.
We like that. It's
really
nice.
Cool. And people have something they can take home with them, and they can, as cool as napkins and candies and candles and whatever candy, some of the brides get weird with their giveaways.
We've done cookies, we've done seed packets, we've done all of that. I throw those away because they've gotten dirty or whatever, or I put them in a box at the end of the night.
And if you think about it, if you think about it, some of them are not cheap favors.
Right.
So if you have 200 people coming to your wedding and you're spending $2 a piece on each one of them to have a favor, you could take that $400 and have a photo booth at your wedding for 3 hours and let people walk away with the photo strips. And it's something everybody will take home and they'll hang up on their fridge. So
right. We're the last people that leave. I can guarantee you, we find maybe one photo strip. Usually it's something that's fallen on the floor underneath the table. That one maybe every 5 or 6 weddings. Everybody remembers their pictures.
And everybody has a blast.
Yes.
Especially, have you ever done any, I'm always curious because I don't get to go to many weddings where there's another photo booth coming. Have you ever done a wedding where the photo booth has not had props?
We've done a couple. A lot of times we know that the company doesn't supply props, we'll bring some extras. Just because I think you need them. Because everybody just standing there, smiling, how many times are you going to do that?
And three or four pictures, I mean, you can't really do anything different. Where we offer the hats and the glasses and the signs. And each picture they can take off the hat or hold up the sign or flip the sign around and do it different. So each picture is a little bit different, and I feel like that adds to the
I think you have
experience.
To have that. If you want to have a photo booth, if you're going to pay the money for a photo booth, if you're going to have that, you're going to advertise that. I think you've got to have the props.
And a lot of the people walk away, and it's the experience, not so much the end product that they remember. Like that wedding was a whole lot of fun because we had a whole lot of fun in the photo booth. It was really cool. I'm happy that Matt and Andy had that at their wedding.
Right.
So.
And I think what we see a lot of is you'll have a few people trickle in, and a few people will take pictures, and then, oh, that was fun, and then they show everybody at their table.
Right.
Then their table joins in, and then by the end of the night, you've got 15 to 20 people in the photo booth.
That's really funny because that brings up, we just did a holiday party, which isn't a wedding. So we did our first Christmas party this past weekend. And for the first 20 minutes, nobody used the photo booth. So I literally had to go over to the person that was in charge of the party and be like, hey, can you do me a favor? And she was like, what do you need? I need somebody to go use the photo booth. And she couldn't understand why I was asking her to go do it. And it's so funny because once one person does it and they walk away with that picture and show it to 3 people, there's a line at the photo booth the rest of the night. And it's so funny how you have to break the ice with the photo booth like that.
And you definitely, if you're having a photo booth, make sure that your DJ is announcing that the photo booth is open. That's the other thing. For some reason, the guests are really kind of clustered around the bar area or their tables. If they don't announce that the photo booth's open, nobody walks over to it.
Oh, another fun thing to make sure that your DJ announces. People don't realize that the photo booth is free. They think they have to pay to use it at the wedding, and that's really odd to me. I would just assume that I would think that everybody automatically assumes it's free because it's at the party. But make sure that you let your DJ know to announce that the photo booth is free. They can use it as many times as they want, and they get to walk away with the pictures because that's going to make a big difference in people using it. Because some people think they're only allowed to use it once. Some people think, oh, well, no, I'm not going over there to do that. It probably cost $1 to do it. No, you have to label everything at a party.
Yes.
Everything has to be labeled and because people don't understand common sense.
Favors that are in a basket, they always go, can I have more than one? Please take more than one. There's plenty. The bar is open. The bar is free.
We're getting ready to leave. There's some cake left over there. Can I have a second piece? Yes. You can have an 8th piece. Take as many as you want. Do you want me to get you a box? That's what you need to ask them.
Yes.
All right, so to wrap up this episode, thank you guys for joining us. To wrap up this episode, it's not a photo booth if it doesn't have a curtain, right?
I agree.
It's not. Find something else to call it. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. This is the Simple Secrets from the Wedding Pros podcast. My name is Mitch. This is Angela.
Hi, guys.
We'll see you guys on the next one.
Thank you.